Welcome to another episode of Wealth Beyond Numbers. I'm your host, Dennis Coral, and I'm here with my friend and colleague, Phil Stevenson from PS Lending. Hi, Phil. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And today I want to really focus on talking about something that we like to call it reflections on our industry, but it's really what drives us crazy in our industry. As you know, sometimes when we help clients and as we try to give them their best advice and ideas and best practices, sometimes clients don't follow our advice and how we're trying to help them. And that may lead to clients being a little bit more frustrated or not feeling that they're accomplishing their objectives. And it's sometimes because of their own undoing or doing that they get there. So in your industry, what's one thing that you wish clients knew about what you do, or the mortgage or lending industry or reverse mortgage industry? And also what are some of the things that drives you crazy?
Absolutely. Sure. So in the industry as a whole, interest rates drive a lot. So frustration is interest rates staying higher where they are, and mainly because there's misconception around that. If your rate is high, you shouldn't get into the process when really you should, because you're better chance buying because market is slower, and then you wait for rates to come down. But then the people that got in when rates were higher, and I tell them, hey, now looks like a good time to refinance, they say, well, I want to wait for this to happen. And what happens is when you wait for a certain rate, the rates don't come down and stay there. That's what people think. What they don't realize is to get the best rate, it's like a sniper. So being a veteran, I like to use this example a lot, especially with my VA veteran clients, is when a sniper sets up to shoot a target, he doesn't wait for the target and then set up and then take the target. No, that takes too much time. You want to set up, and then when you have the target, you take the target. It's the same with interest rates. If you want to refinance and you want a certain rate, we need to get you in process, go through everything. And sometimes we might sit there. Right now I have clients that waited until the rates dropped in early April, then they got into process, and now rates are much higher. So we're sitting on that loan for, I don't know how long it's going to be, how many weeks, maybe months. But that's the best way of doing it. A lot of people don't realize it. They think you arrive at this train station and you can sit there for a while and then do the process. No, it's the train is there and then it's gone. So it drops and jumps up, and you got to lock in at that low point. So everything around interest rates is a little frustrating in the business, trying to have people understand these things that they just don't understand.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. So I like that in your practice, you're very strategic. That's part of why you said what you said, that it's like a sniper. And I love that analogy because it's very useful and people can relate to it. In my industry, as we help clients, one of the things that we experience is that sometimes as we meet potential clients, they say, Dennis, I'm diversified and I have all these different investment accounts spread in different places. And that's their understanding of them being diversified. When you truly don't know how much you have, what's your risk, what's your return on each investment account until you truly start taking the time to consolidate it and look at it in a more holistic way. And that's a really clear example of someone that I met with last week, that they had all their money spread out and they thought that they were in a good place. But once we did a review and analysis, they realized that they were not doing as well as they thought. And by being more strategic, more focused, we were able to help them get organized, consolidate things for them, and even found money that they didn't know they had, which happens all the time. So it was a little frustrating, because they didn't realize that they thought they were in a good place, but they weren't. So if you could relate to what are things that you see that people do that they think that they're doing it well, but they're actually not when it comes to the lending process or their mortgage process.
So what drives me crazy is speed or lack thereof. So I told you in an earlier episode, speed kills. We want to move fast so we can get this done well. I have two clients now, one on a regular mortgage purchase and another one on a reverse mortgage, that it's like we ask for things and it's like we ask for it again, I'm talking weeks asking for things that we don't get. And I had to tell one client yesterday who's 2 weeks into a contract, and we pre-approved 2 weeks before that. We've been asking for this for 4 or 5 weeks. And I'm like, I got an email from the realtor. I said, if you don't send me this stuff, and for whatever reason you don't qualify, I can't protect you. I can't defend you if they try to keep your deposit because you are not complying by sending us what we need. Today we have the documents this morning before I got here, so wow. It's like, come on, we're help me help you. I actually wrote in that email because really that's what we need is we need you to help yourself by helping us help you. And it's the same with a reverse mortgage. And when it's a refinance, there's not that deadline. So people are more lackadaisical with stuff, not always. But in this one, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, come on, man. You told me at the beginning you're struggling with money for your sister, it's his sister who's incapacitated, and he's getting the reverse mortgage for her for in-home care. And it's like, so help me help you. Again, get us what we need. The faster we get it, the faster we can move. And that's why we work fast when clients work fast as well.
I love what you said. That sounds like something that would have drive anyone crazy. I can tell you, there's many stories in doing what I did for 20 years of clients not listening to advice and waiting till the last minute. And the first thing that comes to mind right now, it's the deadline for filing income taxes is April 15. And technically that's the last day that you have to make contributions to retirement accounts. So usually around April 14, April 15, it's when we're getting calls from clients or we're collecting checks. And at that point, my assistant goes crazy. He said that in one of our episodes, I wish people didn't wait till the last minute because we're trying to help them, as you said, help themselves. But the more proactive a client is, the better and faster we can help them.
And even in your industry, the sniper analogy works because you can't wait for the black swan event and then say, hey, Dennis, here's my money now that it dropped. Usually when it drops, people are scared. You remove the emotion the same way I was saying before. You want to have a third party that removes emotion from it. You see a black swan event, you're buying. I know, because you tell me. And, other people might be a deer in the headlights and then they miss, what is it? They say, like, if you got every best day, it's always after a bottom. So you've got to listen to your professionals and follow their advice. And to be the sniper, to get those best deals, you gotta be set up and ready to go. You can't just wait for it to come.
I agree. I mean, this year alone was a great example. The market was at one point negative 12%. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq both from their bottom, and now we're sitting at markets that were flat. That meant that if you were able to buy at the all-time bottom, you just had a 12% appreciation on your investments. Not even have to wait for markets to make money from this point. It's just on the recovery alone. And yes, it takes discipline. It takes us having a strategy in place, and it takes a professional working with you to really be on top of those things. Because even if you look at those things, if you don't act, that sniper, I guess, you miss the appreciation and the opportunity to make money. And this year, although it's been volatile, it has been a great opportunity for clients to make money in the stock market and in their retirement accounts as well. So thank you so much, Phil. This concludes our episode of Wealth Beyond Numbers. And as I like to say at Core Wealth Management, retirement and financial confidence starts here. Thank you.